Right, hello and welcome to our post-match reaction for the FA Cup game, which has ended Bournemouth 0, Southampton 3. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will get into that very shortly. There it is. I thought I'd do a proper intro because we've won a game. We've won a game. We've progressed into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. I'm feeling absolutely elated. I'm feeling super happy. I actually went back and the title of this episode to the Nathan Redmond show because that is exactly what we saw today. My goodness. You, Jack?
Mate, it was everything I wanted going into it. I think, you know, if people watched what we said before the match, everything that I said that came true. Apart from the 4 goals, I said that it'd be goals galore. We'd have a lot of offsides, and I said that I wanted this to be Redmond's game, and boy howdy, was it Redmond's game?
It was.
He was great. He was so good today, and you can say it was against the Cherries, and he created space. His passing was great. There were dips in the game where I think the whole team, for like parts of the game, kind of underperformed collectively, but when they were together, oh my god, they looked good today. Really looked really good today.
Yeah, and just to sum it up for anyone who didn't happen to watch the game, effectively we started off very well, and then it was a bit of a Bournemouth show. They had a lot of the play going on, and then we had pushing forward. We had a goal ruled off for offside with a great ball into. From Bednarek into Carl Walker-Peters, and that was all off for offside. So, but already we could see the momentum going, but it felt quite even. And then Nathan Redmond with a wonderful assist cut open the Bournemouth back four to lay up Gineppo to score a goal, and then Redmond getting himself a goal just before half time. And all in all, it felt quite comfortable at half time. Rolled into the second half. Again, it was, we had a goal ruled off for offside. And then the assist from Stuart Armstrong bounced off the post, laying up Nathan Redmond to slot it into the other side. And pretty much after that, it was cruise control. We brought on 5 substitutions, and it just felt like a really composed thing. There were some moments where you're thinking, you know what, there is a Oriol Romeo shaped hole in midfield, and it was very obvious on Sunday against Brighton, and it was obvious today. So there is still work to be done. But man, today Nathan Redmond shut us all up, didn't
he? Yeah, he did. I mean, it's going to be. I just want to see him take this into the Burnley game. Oh, hold on, everyone. Mike's got a new microphone, so let's listen to this.
The moment.
Oh, wow!
It's the sound of victory.
That's worth the subscription alone, That's worth it. That subscribe button alone.
Smash that subscribe button.
You should have. You guys, if you missed it earlier on when I opened up this bad boy, oh god, like shook. So yeah, it was. Let's see that Redmond goal again as well. Redmond's goal, just brilliant. He just sits down the Bournemouth player. It almost looks like he takes it too wide, but no, smashes it right in the stanchion.
I thought exactly that. I thought he'd gone way too wide.
Yeah, he looked like he taken it way too wide, but that finish was fantastic. This is the confidence that we need. I wanted this game to kind of be like the Portsmouth game last year, where our run going into it wasn't amazing, but we kind of got so much confidence from smashing them that you kind of thought, yeah, let's go and do this. And to beat Bournemouth 3-0 in the quarterfinals, you're now going to Wembley, haven't conceded in the FA Cup. That's you've got to take that. You've got to take that. Yeah, no goals in the FA Cup. You can. Forster was tested today. Forster, there were shots on target. I think they had the same amount of shots on target as us. Yeah, we both have 5 shots on target.
Yeah. Now Forster had a great game. I mean, I think there were a couple of moments where you're thinking, he's been tested. There was that save at the end where, Jack Stevens was trying to defend cross coming in whilst sat on his arse on the floor. And Forster was up against the header. straight down on the goal line, and you know the big fella got down there to make the save on the goal line. So full credit to him. It's not like he's had nothing to do, and you know he's kept a clean sheet throughout the whole competition. But I did also see just briefly before we went live the post match interview with Redmond, and yeah, I happen to agree with you there. I was saying on the is James saying Redmond still looked unhappy after in the interview after. I think he's really struggling with himself at the moment. He's going to need a couple of decent performances just to get momentum going. But he knows, you know, this is in the FA Cup, and you know, really put the naysayers right. He's going to have to do it in the league. So let's hope we see him do that.
I think
but
all the fans in the past few weeks that, you know, have got on Redmond's case, you know, we're guilty of that. You know, we all gone in on him. You know, today's the day to be, you know, loud about how good he was as well. So if he does take a pic on social media, he can understand just how good he was today, and that we all saw it. And this is what we want from him, these sort of performances, you know.
Yeah.
He was great today. Didn't like past few games, you just be like, every time he's on the ball, he just lost it. It turn it over, and you can see that must have been getting to him. Today, brilliant. He was just great today. Everyone was good today. Wasn't anybody on the pitch that's like, what are you doing? Apart from Jack Stevens being on his ass for that.
He's always got one mistake.
Only time really in the game, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, why are you on the floor right now?
But like I said in the stream earlier, I said like Redmond's post-match interview should simply be sit down, shut up, because you know he's really sort of, you know, made us eat our words. But before the game, we were thinking like,
take the microphone off BT.
Yeah, we were saying before the game, we know why he's gone with Redmond. It's that whole kind of definitely a mic drop moment. But yeah, he needed to go with experience and, you know, players that can track back, and I just thought it's just a great mix. I mean, the only difference I would have made today, had we had everyone available, may have been Romeo in that number 6 role. But it's not like Diallo did a bad job. It's just he didn't do what a number 6 should do as much, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, Diallo is still progressing in his game, and you know, today maybe against Bournemouth, I would have liked to see a little bit more out of him because of, you know, just the standard. Not saying not to be mean to Bournemouth, but you know, like you said, they have injury struggles, and you know they weren't a full complete team today. We did and we took advantage of that. It would have been nice to see him. I mean, he was taking shots at 35 yards and just doing something a bit different. Not a lot of it came off. I think he's a safe pair of hands. He's just not the progressive player, or he's not the progressive or the aggressive player that Romeo is. So
right.
you're lacking an intensity there in the middle of the park. He's fine. He's decent. Hopefully come to the game a bit more. I would like to see him get a bit angrier, or just show that thing that will put him in front of Romeo. You know, right now there's not a reason I would start Diallo over Romeo, and I always love a backup that will be like, okay, he's not as good as, you know, Romeo for this, but you know, he can, you know, he's faster. He can run with the ball.
Yeah.
Do other things. There's nothing he does better than Romeo yet.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that thing to happen.
Apart from surging forward, like that's the only thing that he would do that Romeo doesn't necessarily do. But do we want a player in the number 6 role doing that when you've got Armstrong and Gineppo and all those other midfielders who tend to surge forward with the ball? You know, is that what you should be doing? So
you're absolutely right. Especially when you've got, you know, that number 6 role, it has to cover quite a lot for the fullbacks. So if he's pressing forward, and you know, let's say he's on Kyle Walker-Peters' side for that surge, you know, if he loses that ball when both him and Kyle Walker-Peters are forward, there's a massive gap back in the field, and we're open for a press. We're open to be, you know, countered there. But like you say, we're still just trying to find that right thing for him. You know, hopefully he does just get bigger and tougher and just wants to play more central, solid.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of tougher and a bit of a angry edge to him, that challenge at the end on Salisu. Oh my goodness! I was a little bit surprised that didn't get called back for a red card. I 100% agree, Charlie. I think that was a absolutely a red card decision, because he goes in with the brunt of his arm and has no intention of doing anything but putting Salasy on his arse. So shocking, absolutely shocking.
Bednarak got sent off for not trying to play the ball.
Yeah,
that against United.
Yeah,
and that's I do, as much as that situation was crazy. Like it wasn't a foul. That's what that was. I completely agree with the rule. If you're not trying to play the ball and you're looking just to hurt a player,
vicious.
which is what he does, just vicious. So he should for me, should be hopefully something they look at afterwards. I mean, it was just vindictive, really, wasn't it? You're 3-0 down against the best team in the South Coast, and you just put an elbow in against a centre back after the ball has gone. So it's not like they're on the attack. If you do that in the centre of the park whilst the team's on the attack, I understand it. I'd understand you doing that. I think it's dirty, but I get you doing that. When you're doing it as a striker in our corner, when the ball's gone, it's like, what you like? That's just vindictive. Like, that's an off the ball challenge, and it should be worse than a yellow.
Yeah,
but then I think Bournemouth in general today were quite dirty. I don't like the way Jack Wilshere plays, and I'm amazed he just got away with a yellow in that entire game.
Absolutely. There were a couple of moments there where you just look at the sort of momentum of the play and just the whole kind of positioning of the way he's put his body in. There were a couple of moments where he was two studs in, going in like this.
Reckless.
And,
There's a lot. They were just reckless.
Reckless, yeah, and out of control. And had it been a little bit different in terms of the positioning, I mean, that challenge on Vestergaard, it could have been horrendous. So
I think if you compare it to the Sheffield United game, we outclassed Sheffield in a sense of play. They made them look. I think Bournemouth today, they played better than Sheffield did, but they looked ridiculous in their petulancy. There was a lot of times you're like, what you do, what are those challenges? The way you're playing it's really quite unprofessional. I know it's harder. I would rather, in all fairness, I'd rather a league where those were how big the challenges were all the time, and we just fully accept that big challenges are a part of the game. That would be, you're not wrong, but that's not the way we play. And for a team that's injury prone like us, that a lot of those challenges seem vindictive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They were just showing that the Shea Adams disallowed goal on my screen over here, and I think Peter Walton's saying that actually that should have stood because it took a knock off the Bournemouth defender. But do you know what? That finish by Shea Adams, my goodness, that was outside the box, smashing it right into the bottom corner. And that's a player who's putting the ball in the back of the net in 3 consecutive games.
Yeah,
I think Shea's back, everyone. That is great to see. Great to see.
Here's a question: have we gotten better going forward since Danny's gone?
No. I don't think we have. I mean, we've talked a lot about this, and I think Danny isn't the player he was pre-illness or whatever he had for whatever period. He's still not 100% fully fit, and we haven't seen the full-on Danny that we know and love from the beginning of the season and towards the end of last season. But I don't think I don't know. I still think we would have pushed on forward. Say, for instance, who would have played? I think, if Danny was playing, you wouldn't have seen Redmond up there, would you? You would have seen Shea and Danny.
Exactly.
So
it would have been different. But at the same time, if Danny was playing today, I would have been even more confident about the 4-0. If I'm being honest, I would have.
It should have been 5 today.
Rather Danny. Yeah, it should have been 5. It just the way it is. But I think him being out has meant some other players around him have had to step up. Mm-hmm. I think in recent games, Shea's been great, and Gineppo's been fantastic. And I'm so happy Gineppo got a goal today. Gineppo, I think his recent form has been fantastic. Even today, when he got cracked in the head by Wilshere, he still got up and went for it. For a player that's so injury prone, he's taken some big challenges. It's quite clear that he's not a weak player. He's just unfortunate with some injuries because he gets hit hard and he just gets up.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Yeah,
all every
absolutely.
time he's sort of been injured, it's never a challenge that's got him injured, is it? It's always he's overrun or overstretched himself, and it's a muscle injury. So no, I think once he gets out of his game, I think he's such a good squad player right now. I'm so happy that he's doing what we all want him to do. I didn't want another
Absolutely.
Boufal to happen because I rated Boufal and I was between injuries and just always being in the side when they were in a dipping form, or it just didn't work for him. So I'm just happy Gineppo was killing it, and he had some nice socks today. Some good socks.
It's some nice socks. And we were going to give away Jack Grealish's shin pad. There it is, right there. So send in your answers to
what's the question?
Why you should win the Jack Grealish shin pad. There we go. But no, we're super happy. Obviously, it's a great result. It doesn't matter how many goals you scored today. We've progressed into the semi-finals. We've got a day out at Wembley. Hopefully, it's going to kickstart the rest of our season. So we haven't got a day out at Wembley, but
they've got a day out at Wembley. But surely the final falls when people are allowed back in the stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it. I would love it if they were all like, right, the first game where 100% of the crowd is allowed back is the FA Cup final.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saints are in there, and for some reason we're allowed to wear our new Hummel away kit.
Yeah, one game. All they got to do is win one game, and we get an amazing day out at Wembley Stadium at the end of the season. That'd be come on, Southampton, got to do it for that.
It really would. It really would make up. It would really, really be great. Like it would make this whole sort of thing worth it, wouldn't it? Like a little trip.
Absolutely, be a successful season. Well, into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and
I'm the kind of guy that listens to music where nothing happens for 5 minutes and then lots of stuff happens for 1 minute, and that's what this season will be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No. Ooh, big ending, big crescendo.
So, question here from Paul. Just put this up here. Armstrong was my man of the match. Whilst Redmond was much improved. Stu was brilliant. Drove us forward. Thoughts? Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of tied in with my comment about Diallo sort of pushing forward, and where you have Gineppo and Armstrong doing those kind of things. I mean, Armstrong was involved in a lot of forward play today, and there were a couple of moments where I don't know. Yeah, you cracked a post, but when you've got a player on the pitch who's scored 2 goals, that's not just a player on the pitch, but Nathan Redmond, who's scored 2 goals in the game and provided an assist. I think that's where it tends to get the edge for me. But no, still a great game for Stu though. Absolutely great game for Stu.
I think what's great is now we're almost coming to expect good things from Stu. He's like. The Brighton game it's almost a phenomenon, that game, isn't it? You look at it and you're like, what happened? Everybody in that game played poorly. I remember afterwards, like people saying, well, where are the McCarthy fans now? It's like, yeah, but everyone was bad that game. You can't blame that game on one player playing badly. It was everyone. And today it was like the opposite. It was like, everyone did a job. Everyone did their thing. And Stu's become a player that in recent times, I'm like, you can just rely on him to charge forward, create havoc, get a goal, get an assist. He's been fantastic. We miss squad players, just players that that's that position sorted. Okay, we don't have to think about rotating it. We know Armstrong can play there. It's nice that we're slowly building this. Do you know what I mean? Like I would say 3/4 of our team is done.
Yeah,
On any given day, if everyone's fit, there are positions where you like, that Gineppo position. You can kind of, there are arguments for a few people. That Redmond position, it's arguments for a few people. So, but I think Armstrong has kind of cemented himself in that role now. I think that's his spot.
Well, that's the difficulty now. You've got a guy who's got man of the match performance, and the next game, Danny Ings comes back fit. Redmond probably doesn't get in the squad because of the performances from Gineppo and Armstrong. It's just like there's no way you can actually bring on, and Redmond must know that. He must know that. So he's really up against it. But it's an option for us, and he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. And I'm sure he'll get his game time, but that must be in the back of his mind. But
I'm just super happy for him. Like I said, I wanted this to be his game. I don't want Redmond out of the squad. I want him in the squad and playing well. I don't want him. We sit here and complain about players sometimes, but it's never that we want them to play bad or want anything. we just have high expectations for them. And today he smashed it. He smashed expectations.
Yeah. Redmond smashed expectations. Shea had a great game. Armstrong had a fantastic game. You know, Forster had a great game. We could go on. But
I thought you had a pretty good game. To be fair, you had a pretty good game.
Oh, thanks, man. No, you did very well too, man. Yeah, so,
cheers, man. Well, you know, couldn't have done it without the assists, could I? So
we drifted a bit in the 70th minute, didn't we? We got a bit political. I think you
know what? It's because we were comfortable.
Weird feeling watching Southampton being comfortable and sort of letting your conversation drift when you should be talking about football. It's. You know,
I mean,
I
think it was all generally football related.
In a way,
wasn't it? We spoke about the sale of the club, and then
yeah, we did some good stuff in there.
But then we drifted. I know we drifted into something else, but I can't quite remember. This was the closest to an actual live stream we've ever done. We actually spoke about stuff.
We had topical conversation, and we had a clock counter in the top corner. So no.
What's happening in recent weeks is when Southampton score and go ahead, we go really quiet because we're kind of dumbstruck. We're like, "What is? Hold on."
And we're super nervous. Nervous.
But as soon as that third went in, I was like, oh, okay.
Good feeling. Good feeling.
We're going to Wembley.
Yeah.
They ain't scoring 4. They might score 3, but they ain't scoring 4.
Fantastic. Well, I think I'll leave it there. Thanks to everyone who joined us during the live stream. Thanks to everyone who joined us during this post-match reaction. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you. Probably got a couple week break now, haven't we?
Bit of a break now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a preview for the next game. Next game is Burnley at home. So,
to be fair, that's a lot of spare time. There's a good chance that means I'm going to go look at somebody's stats again. So maybe I
yeah, man.
If I get bored and discover something cool, maybe I hit you and be like, "Hey, we've got something to talk about." That
preview is going to be immense. So look out for that. But enjoy the international break, and remember, like as best as you possibly can. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And me and Jack will see you in the next one. All right, see ya.
Bye.